Okay, good morning. It is Tuesday, March 10th. Spring has sprung, and we had a couple of bad days, a couple of days of bad weather, and now it's gorgeous, and birds are singing, and the flowers are a-blooming, and my daffodils have bloomed, so today's adventure is going out to paint the daffodils. I'm not going to pluck them and put them in a vase and do a still life. I'm going to go out and do a couple sketches, do a couple of watercolor sketches, and just enjoy myself. So let's get that started. Okay, so we are sitting out here getting ready to paint some daffodils. I'm going to be using watercolors today. These are the daffodils that I have in bloom. Yep, just a little bundle of daffodils that are growing, and next to it is another, I think they're daffodils, but they bloom white and yellow. That is going to be the inspiration for my subject matter. I'm not going to paint it exactly as it is. I'm going to kind of choose and pick from it what I like and create a couple of pieces from it, and just kind of let intuition and what I see and what I feel come and go. Got my watercolors out, got my my brushes, my palette. This is my mixing palette, got some water, got my board. I'm using just a simple, what is it, a foam board, taped up. It works good, very lightweight. And let's get started. Okay, one thing I am going to be doing is I'm going to be sketching with a sailor pen today. This is, I think, a Fudo something. Very, very popular with urban sketching. This is a really awesome pen for sketching. It only cost me like 10 bucks on Amazon, and that's when I start with my first sketches. The second one, I'm not quite certain how I want to start it, so let's do this. Okay, so ever since I started getting more into plein air painting, it's kind of been a tradition to paint these daffodils every spring when they bloomed. I've done it in many different mediums, watercolors, acrylics. I haven't painted it in oils yet. Did one in pen and ink, but basically as a way of saying hello spring, I've always painted these daffodils. Probably in the last half decade, I've done them every spring. And they've always turned out a little differently, and this one I just wanted to have some fun with this year and enjoy myself doing some painting. Okay, so we finished the first two sketches. First one didn't quite come out as I intended. The second one, I really like the composition and how that one is. I was basically working off of what I saw, the flowers that I could see, and just kind of going for a good composition. So next painting I'm going to do is this oblong guy, my 10 by 22. And even though I've only got like a small little bundle, I guess you could call it, of flowers from that, I'm going to make a very intuitive piece. This one I'm not going to draw. I'm going to just paint right in, and it's going to take a little bit longer. But I practice drawing with a pen because it forces me to accept the lines I make, which kind of in one aspects they don't turn out half bad. In other aspects, it kind of teaches you to try to really look and think before you make a mark, and kind of have to live with that mark. So it teaches me how to draw and what it is I'm seeing. And from that, I can do these intuitive paintings where I'm just painting in the shapes I see, where I don't need the drawing to as a foundation for it. So that's what I'm going to start working on. Okay, so this was my second painting of the day. I was trying to go for more of an intuitive piece. Didn't quite work out as I anticipated, but enjoyed myself anyways. sun was going down. It was starting to get cold, and I think I was just trying to rush it more than just actually enjoying myself. So staying in the studio is probably my best bet. Okay, so update. I got partly through it. This is what I got started. Got the flowers in. Started to get some of the inside of the bloom in. As you can see, sun's going down. It's getting kind of cold out here, so I think I'm gonna pack it up, bring it in. We'll see you in the studio. So I took it back into the studio and started working on it. I think I may have lost the finesse, the energy I was trying to go for, because as I was working on it, it just didn't seem like it was happening like I was expecting it to, and didn't quite turn out like I was wanting it to. It's just one of those things that kind of happens. It's when I work from my imagination, it doesn't always turn out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And this one was not exactly the best bet, but what I can always do is go over top with acrylics and just fix it up or redo it all together. I mean, it's not completely a fail, but some of the things I did in this one was I did some mixing on the paper with the watercolors. Instead of mixing brown and purple together, I did brown and then dropped in some purple, which I think makes for a good soil color. And then I decided I'd add some of the blue to the sky, and didn't quite do what I was anticipating. I mean, I could try and fix it, but not really in the mood to try to force something to not happen. So I'll probably just paint over it in the end. Okay, so I'm going to do a recap of today's paintings. I'm in the studio. Let me see if we can do this. I don't know, it's not too bad, but I noticed there's something with the fluorescent lights and my camera that creates this like type lighting, and I don't know why, and it goes away after I get away from the fluorescent lights. I don't know if it's a frequency thing or not, but nonetheless. Just as a week recap, the oblong painting, let's see, not quite sure if I'm really into it. Sometimes I'll have these really interesting visions in my head, and when I'm done painting them, it doesn't quite turn out. One thing I do like about watercolors and working in acrylics both, that if a watercolor painting doesn't work out, I can always touch it up with some acrylic. So I might do something with that in the future if I'm not really keen on that. For my sketches, that was the first one, and honestly I think it's a little too heavy on this side, and I was trying to put something on this side. Didn't quite balance it out like I was expecting it to, so I'm thinking what I might do is put some a bud or two on the side here just to kind of balance it out. As for the second sketch, I think that one looks a lot better. I like how the buds kind of balance out the flowers. I'm not certain what type of background I want to put onto it just yet, if I want to put background or not. But that was my goal and idea for my first sketch. So, I'd say 1 out of 3 today isn't half bad. A lot of times it's hit and miss, and just, you know, letting your intuition kind of come through. Sometimes it comes through, sometimes it doesn't. If I make any changes, I'll probably let you guys know, or probably post the change photo. Post a photo of the changed painting and kind of give a small explanation, but that's about it. So, not bad for the weekend. Enjoyed myself, had fun. See you guys in the next one.